the heart of Kansas City, Ruby, Bucket, Bob from Chiefs Kingdom, and Tom.
I'm Tom.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Buck. And we're not fancy analysts.
But we have just as many bad takes. Yep, I have a take to start the show off with. I've been saying it all year. We've lost almost all of our games by one score. We're not a bad team. It was a good team. But now, with tons of starters out, we are not just a bad team. We're a really bad team. And, oh, my God, they're going to have to call New York is going to have to call the freaking Broncos up and be like, dude, you guys just need to end the game. Chiefs, you need to concede because all your offense is doing is going backwards. And, your defense is not going to be able to do it. I mean, dude, this is horrible. I mean, I thought it'd at least be a game, but, dude, horrible. I mean, horrible. Worst possible situation I could have thought of.
The first thing I want to bring up is that even off the field, Mahomes is such a trendsetter. I mean, the guy goes out there, he tears his ACL, and Minshew's like, you know what? I can do that too.
You want to give credit to Mahomes. I think this is just reason number 476 that Matt Nagy needs to go. I mean, it's proven now. Matt Nagy runs a team. Quarterbacks go down with ACL injuries. He's got to go.
Well, and Brian was saying in the chat earlier, saying something about the Trey Smith and Creed yelling was at Andy Heck. I thought it was at Esapole.
I gotta
be
honest.
Do you guys know?
I wasn't 100% focused on the game the whole time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, pretty much.
Was it Andy Heck that they were yelling at? I just don't know.
I'm interested to know this though.
Yeah, it's really frustrated.
Are you Brian? Are you just assuming that? I mean, Brian's had a problem with Andy Heck for a long time. I got to believe if he saw the dudes yelling at Andy Heck, he's going to know 100%. Yep, that's Andy Heck, or nope, that's not Andy Heck.
I mean, it for sure happened right after Esapole, screwed up on his assignment, and everything I can see on Google says they were basically yelling at Esapole to wake the F up. I don't think they were yelling at Andy, though. They'd probably be like, Andy, get him out of the game. Or I don't know who you're going to put in there, but yeah, I don't think they were actually
Well, Brian was also wearing it with hateful Andy Heck colored eyeglasses. So
yeah, he says Andy Heck was walking behind them. He was probably trying to calm them down. I don't think they were yelling at him, though. But I don't know. That was the first I had heard anybody say that. Dude, we're hosed, dude. We're hosed. I mean, dude, you could go try out for quarterback tomorrow. You can go play quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Got a cold.
I did. I got an email.
I mean,
saying that they're taking.
Did you?
Taking
you
tryouts.
got an email? I didn't. Yeah. I haven't checked my inbox. I'm sure.
I mean, I think it's just a mass email that's going out to everybody. Hey, open tryouts tomorrow. I mean, who the hell are we gonna get? I mean, Rivers is already taken.
I'm telling you, man, Tom Brady is the way to go here, man. You see him watching Phillip Rivers not only kind of do well, but look at how much fun he's having. I mean, he really looks, I'm envious. I'm not going to lie. I see him out there reliving his glory days and having fun. Tom's got to be watching and like, oh, I can still throw better than Phil. I know I can. Oh, no, this is bullshit. I got to go. And the Chiefs would have the number 1 and number 2 all-time best quarterbacks in the history of the NFL on the same team at the same time. I mean, what an awesome backup that would be. Come on, Tom Brady. Come on, answer my dreams.
No, I mean, what's Dan Marino up to these days?
You think John Elway would?
Elway? No way.
Nobody's gonna go out there and risk their ass for games that don't matter.
I know. That's what I'm saying, dude. We ain't gonna get a quarterback. I mean, Dude, it's just they're gonna come out next week and be like, "Yep, Gray's the backup.
It is. I mean, Gray's the emergency.
Gray's the
quarterback.
emergency quarterback back." I mean, dude, Kelsey's just gonna be like, "Coach,
I mean,
I'm retiring. Let me have my chance in the sun. Give me 2 games of QB, baby.
Let's do it.
Kelsey
Jones
played in
played.
high school.
I just thought
Chris
about
Jones.
that.
Is that
I'm
what you
down
said?
with
Chris
that.
Jones played in high school.
No, Kelsey played in high school. He was
I
a
think Chris
quarterback in
Jones
high
did
school.
too.
Well, and Kelsey, his first year was a quarterback. He didn't get to play, but he was going in as quarterback, and then he switched to tight end. So,
Really?
I mean, dude, that would be hilarious. I mean, the thought that many people would have would be heady. Reruns saying that. I mean,
There's just no reason. I mean, why bother? I know that sounds silly, but like,
well, we have to have somebody to throw the ball, right?
for what?
So that New York doesn't have to call and be like, "Hey, cancel the game. Rain delay,
That wouldn't be
lightning
good for the
in the
NFL.
area, lightning in."
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I mean, everybody on that team has arms. So just, who's next? It's the next man up mentality.
It's science, man. They all have arms.
They all have arms.
I
Two of them,
don't
from
disagree,
what I
man.
counted.
The problem is they're going to be blamed for. They're going to be blamed for tanking. I mean, that's a tanking move. Not even go out and try and grab somebody off a bench someplace.
But for what?
I understand. I see where you're coming from. I mean, what's the point? There's nothing good can come from this. But if you're trying to win, there's a better option out there someplace. I mean, Oladukin did as good as can be expected, I guess.
I
He
don't
didn't
know.
throw any
If I was the
picks.
front office, I'd be like, bank's closed. Sorry, guys. Figure it out.
Anthony
It's the holiday, buddy. Yeah.
Anthony Padilla says we need to beat the Broncos. All I have to say to that is,
I love the Kansas City Chiefs, but I am a realist.
yeah, this
tell you
isn't
what.
even the Chiefs. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, dude, half of our lives on IR, freaking. Everybody's just gonna be sitting that's even remotely hurt. I'm surprised they haven't put Worthy on IR and let him go get the shoulder thing done. I mean, but yeah, dude.
Well, to Anthony's point, though, he also says can't have the Broncos as the number 1 seed. Well, they just lost today. So, I mean, it's between them and the Patriots moving forward as to who's going to be the number 1 seed. I think the Patriots have the easier schedule. Don't the Broncos still have to play the Chargers again?
They still got to play the Chiefs. Come on, baby.
Yeah. But
Sorry.
that Chiefs Broncos game is going to be a lot like that Chiefs Raiders game.
See, Anthony
But in
wants,
the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Anthony's a Bills fan, so he's
Guys, I'll
definitely
be back in a few minutes. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making a joke. But yeah, dude, I don't even know. I honestly thought with all the starters out, this would be a good game. But boy, I was proved wrong. Without Mahomes and the starters, I mean, we went from a good team to probably the worst team in the NFL now.
Well, I'll be honest with you. With it being playoffs and Super Bowl time in fantasy football, the majority of my day has been spent on the Red Zone channel. And as you can imagine, not a lot of this game showed up on the Red Zone channel.
Yeah.
So I would
Most of the time
flip
they
over.
weren't in the red zone.
No, I would flip over from time to time. And I flipped over at some key moments of Minshew first getting hurt and limping off the field. And I said, oh, that's good. And then I did get to see my buddy Harrison Butker miss another field goal.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Hands up to the women of the world, getting another PhD out there. And then what I'm trying to think of what the last thing. Oh, the touchdowns by Tennessee. It seems like every time I turned it over, some running back was running in untouched, and or somebody was running in untouched, and it was just, yeah. I just stayed on the red zone all day.
But they definitely had some big plays on us, and we couldn't even move the ball for the whole first quarter. Then I was like, oh, hey, we're finally moving the ball a little bit. And then, yeah, I mean, it was just a shit show across the board. I mean, the officiating seems like kind of fine for the most part, except for the blatant kick interference where, I mean, basically they made sure Nico Rubio's not having any more kids. That was definitely a fair catch called. Like, you can call the fair catch anytime before the ball hits you. So he called the fair catch, and they ran into him, and then they called a penalty on us when it was the most egregious. But, I mean, that doesn't matter. Usually I have a lot to bitch about on the officiating, but they seem to do a pretty good job in this game that didn't matter.
I mean, unfortunately, there's just not a lot to talk about on this game except for the comedy of errors. And I mean, pack it up, boys. That's that's it. Like, let's get ready for next season. And I don't know, go Bills, Anthony. I mean, if you're a Bills fan, I got your back. I would like Josh Allen to turn it up a little bit today. His 6 fantasy points weren't really worth anything. But shout out to Cook for picking up the slack. But yeah, pack it up. That's it. We already knew it was over, but if it's going to be this bad and this comical, I mean,
I was expecting at least some catches, but so many targets and so many not catches. I mean, yeah, I was expecting, Travis Kelce to have some. He was targeted 4 times, only caught one of them for 6 yards. I was expecting Brashard Smith to get some chances to run the ball. Nope, they didn't do. Like, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Jalen Royals catch a ball. Yeah. Nope, they couldn't let me have that. Like, I mean, if you're going to look this bad, I mean, let me have something. Oh, and I want to just get on Chiefs Kingdom and all the content creators that have been getting on the coaches' asses about Essapol. Well, coach has tried to point it out to you. Just wait till there's tape on him. And yeah, definitely tape on him, and definitely looked like a prospect, not a, oh my God, this guy is amazing. So everybody who jumped ship on that and got on everybody, it's like, dude, there's a reason he didn't make the team. There's a reason he bounced around. He's a strong guy, but he definitely is rough around the edges, and that was obvious today.
Well, while we're bitching about people on the internet, there were some clips that went up this week of me saying that the receivers aren't that great and there's a trust issue. And I noticed that there were some comments that were thrown around several times saying that the receivers aren't the problems. And so I just want to throw out there that go look it up, and the Chiefs are 3rd in drops. Not bad passes, drops.
We were 1st in drops just like 2 weeks ago, too. So somebody's caught up to us somehow. But
so anybody saying that the receivers aren't a slight problem here, I mean, maybe watch the games.
Or just check the stats. Sometimes the eye test doesn't help either. You know what I mean? Sometimes the eye test, like the eye test for me told me Kelce was having a lot of drops this year. And then I go and I actually look at the stats, and Kelce was on, at least he was when I looked a few weeks ago, he was doing his 3rd best year of his entire career as far as drops go. He had the best, completion percentage. And I was just like, huh. And it's just because my eye test sees the ones that go the other direction, the ones that are catastrophic, like those drops would have been forgettable had they not been on key 3rd downs or on a key interception TD or interception, turnover for the offense. So sometimes it's good to just check the stats too, because sometimes the eye test can lie to you because we remember the bad stuff more than the good stuff.
Yeah, and you were talking about how Jalen Royals, didn't get any looks, and we kind of hoped Brashard Smith would get a lot more looks here. And to me, that is a far bigger disappointment about today's game, way more than the loss. I mean, at this point with Mahomes' injury, I didn't have an expectation of a win here. So for me, it was more of give some young guys some reps, get them working together, get them comfortable out there, maybe see what they can offer this team. And I just didn't see near as much of that as I really hoped. At this point, you can't get to the playoffs, so the season is a wash, right? So let's make something out of this game. Let's make it useful for the future. And I just kind of hoped
Yeah,
to see more of that.
I just
You're
thought
not
with
spending
all the
time
starters out.
evaluating talent.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I thought with all the starters out, it would turn into a game. I didn't think we'd get our asses handed to us by one of the worst teams in the NFL. Although, if you do look at the stats, the last 6 weeks, I mean, what's his name? Cam Ward has really changed completely from what he
Don't
was the first
care.
half of the season. So
Don't
there
care.
is that. Well, but I do care because it does give you the full picture. Like, they're not as bad of a team as they were in the beginning. But
there's
still,
also
I
zero
thought,
evaluation you can throw on this game based on the situation. That's why I brought up Kelly's comment here. The Chiefs lost to a team that only won 2 games. Let that soak in. Well, Kelly, the Chiefs' third string lost to a team that's only won 2 games.
yeah,
So
and the fourth string
take it for
offensive
what
line.
it's worth.
Yeah, the fourth string offensive line, the second string wide receivers, like, I mean, Tyquan and Rice were, we really were a shell of the team, but I still thought we would give a decent game to how bad the Titans have been this season. So that's what was the frustrating part for me, but it looked like an Andy Reid preseason game, which he's famous for never winning. Like, I'm pretty sure since he's been in Kansas City, like, his record early on in his career in preseason was a lot different. But his record here since he's been in Kansas City in the preseason is like literally, I think he's won 20% of the games. I mean,
Yeah, I
we
don't
haven't
think he's
won
won
a
more than
preseason
one
game.
preseason game.
That's
you know?
because he doesn't want to
We
show his
haven't won-
cards.
We haven't won a preseason game in two years.
Because it's vanilla ice cream all day, every day during the preseason. We're not going to show you our plays.
Well,
We're
and
just
then
getting people out
unfortunately,
there
it was,
running at game speed. That's it.
but it was vanilla ice cream actually in the season this year too. Like,
And then in
that
the
was the
postseason
problem.
last year,
yeah. So, ugh.
they just never decided to switch to chocolate. It was just vanilla, no toppings, no whipped cream.
Well,
don't
this
even
year
need a
during the
spoon.
season, I'll
I'm
say
just
it
gonna
again.
Scoop it up with my hand.
When the offensive line is a revolving door and your receivers are dropping passes, your quarterback's going to be a little iffy. I don't care who it is. It could be Patrick Mahomes. And he's still going to be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd throw it, but he's going to drop it. If I throw it to him, he's going to tip it up in the air and somebody's going to pick it off.
Felt really bad for Minshew, though, man. I mean, he had a chance to, like, maybe audition for another team and tore his ACL right off the bat, dude. Like, come on.
I know. I've always liked that guy. I do want to give a shout out to Brian in the chat for calling a Lions win earlier and then retracting that and just now putting that the Steelers won. That's an NFL fan.
See, I told you I was right.
I told you I was right.
I will say 15 different things, and if one of them's right, I get to say I told you so.
60% of the time, I'm right every time.
Shout out to Brian.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, we're in uncharted territory, so we don't really know what to talk about, but I know what I used to do in these situations, and I'd bitch. And I mean, that's really what this podcast is unfortunately probably going to be the last couple weeks of the season. We'll try to come up with something midweek that's a little more fun, maybe.
But not in the off season. Stay tuned. We're going to have some good shit during the off season.
Yeah, we got some cool plans for the off season. Just fun stuff. Like, although we were talking about the higher end fire tier list. We might end up doing that sooner rather than later because that ball
It's probably going to start
dropping
before
soon.
the season ends.
It could even start before the season ends. Yeah, so it'd be kind of fun to do, like how we did the best Chiefs team of all time. It had tiers. We could have the definitely fire, don't really care, definitely keep. You know, we could do coaches and team.
There might be
That'd be kind of. We're gonna
tough decisions on that.
It could be a couple tough decisions, but it could be a good time. This is the time when I remember you want to vent. You want to vent about what went wrong in the season. It makes most humans feel better. So chat gets to vent. We get to vent a bit. Sometimes we might take it a little unrealistic, like most fans do. They're so everything's wrong, but everything's not wrong. I mean, we had a pretty decent season. We just lost the one-score games. I mean, we, offensively, we were one of the best with point differential. I mean, it's silly.
Well,
the
look,
stats just don't make sense.
there is a positive, and I had to look it up because I saw some posts about it, and I'm like, what was it? But here is a positive.
You're like, wait, there was a positive?
Yep, right there. Make sure it's in frame.
87.
Our
Did
boy
he get a
Trav,
record?
Killer Trav.
Yeah, I only have a couple more times I can wear it while he's on the field, so I'm definitely sporting Kelsey
He
till the end
made
of the year.
history by surpassing 800 receiving yards for the 12th straight season, matching Jerry Rice's record, despite playing without star quarterback Patrick Mahomes.
Well, he only needed like 3 yards going into the game or something silly. He didn't need many.
Right, but I mean, still,
But-
that's a hell of a record.
And he still has 2 more
Jerry
games he
Rice
could
on a
get it.
receiving record. There's something very impressive going
Oh,
on. So,
yeah.
so shout out
100%.
to Killer Trav.
Shout out to Jerry Rice.
Yep. Travis, a lot of people are saying he's done. I mean, he on New Heights, I missed it. I'll give that. I missed it, and I didn't mention it last time when we were talking about the different things he said, but he did say towards the end, I hope the Chiefs get him, or I hope the Chiefs do something. Instead of saying us,
That's
he
what
said the
I-
Chiefs.
Yeah, I called that out on what was it, Thursday?
Okay,
we were
did I
talking?
miss? Yeah, did I miss you? You
No, I
making
just
that
said there was
distinction?
certain phrasing that he was using that made it feel like, well, is he done?
See, and
'Cause-
I missed him saying the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's kind of talking outside of the bubble in that, but we'll see.
Mm. I mean, I've thought, for the last 3 weeks, well, I guess 2 or 3 weeks, this is
But-
probably it for Trav.
I got to be honest, you look like you're going to tell ghost stories, man.
I mean, I'm
It
in a
is
ghost
really
story
dark.
kind of mood. It is.
He's in a.
I'm afraid that if I turn on one of the other lights to make it light in here, it's just going to be like. All right, I'll try this one.
No, I like it. I'm not saying you should
Oh,
change
Oh, they're
anything.
fine. Yeah.
It'll be
I'm
better.
just saying you look like you're about ready to be like, gather round, kids.
It'll be better in the new setup. It's
Oh,
like a
man.
week and a half.
Well, and that also could be just that he's saying, "Well, I'm not signed with the Chiefs, so I don't know what's in the future."
Well, he is a free
But-
agent.
It is just. I mean, I think I still stand by. I think he wanted to retire last year, and he just couldn't see himself going out like that. But I don't think he wants to go out like this time either. But then I don't know how he feels about. Well, if I have to, because he said straight up, I'm going to make sure the Chiefs have ample time, so I'm going to tell them early so they can work. They can get free agents. Blah blah blah. He's going to do it the same way his brother did it when he does it. And he's going to have to commit before he knows when Pat will be back. And I don't know that he wants to sign up for no Pat. And
Well.
so that's where
I'm not sure I want to sign up for no bat.
I know. But I think I think if Pat didn't get hurt, I think he'd be back another season. And I'm still not for sure he's not going to be back. I know he's going to do a lot of other stuff. Everybody's like, well, he's getting married, wants to have a kid. Well, if he got married and, like produce the kid wouldn't come till the off season next year anyhow. So he's getting married in like June. So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's going to want to have all the fun stuff with.
how do you think that?
Tay-Tay.
Like,
I'm just saying, man.
Tay's
it's
a
less-
busy girl.
It's less about Taylor Swift and what he's doing next for me. It's more about what's happened on the field this year. I know that his stats are off the charts this season, but with
They're good.
Travis, yeah, but that doesn't matter to Travis. It's about the Super Bowl. Yet that's all that matters to him. That's why he came back, was the chance for that. And this season, in that sense, was a massive failure for him.
Yeah,
Massive
I don't think they're going to
failure.
make it.
Yeah, at this point, it looks bleak. So I don't think that he's looking at it through the eyes of, I put up another 1,000 yards. Well, he's not going to put up 1,000 yards, but I put up, Jerry Rice type career numbers. I got another season of top numbers in me. He doesn't care about that.
No, I agree with you. I don't think that record means anything to him, but at the same time, I'm going to shout him out.
Oh, yeah.
it's
No, and
still
he should
impressive.
be proud of it. I'm just saying, when it comes to him considering retiring versus coming back, it's not the fact that he knows that he can put up those kinds of numbers again. Are the Chiefs, does he really think the Chiefs are going to have a legitimate chance at another Super Bowl next year? And I think he's going to have to be pretty damn certain at this point. Whereas had the season not gone the way it went, maybe he would only have to be kind of really certain. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe this is me being just overly optimistic, but look, I was born and raised a Chiefs fan, so I've seen all different shades of the Chiefs. But I would say that it should always be expected that, yeah, a Super Bowl is definitely in the cards every season. This season went weird, but it was the first season that did that. And so I'm not putting this down as, oh, this is the new norm. I'm just saying this is the outlier. This is kind of the anomaly. Nothing clicked. It was a better team than last year's team on paper. It's just that the ball didn't bounce our way as much as it did last year. We didn't have all the lucky field goal blocks, crazy fumbles, winning at the last second. I mean, last year was probably the most exciting season of football I've ever watched as a Chiefs fan, because what the hell? I mean, it did seem scripted because it was just nuts what they were getting away with. And this year, the ball bounced the other way.
Well, I don't think coming into the season, nobody expected the Chiefs to have this bad of a season. At least
nobody, even the guys that even the guys that every year, like, Chiefs are not going to win the division this year. Like, even the Colin Cowards of the world that guess it every year and are wrong every year except for finally right, and then they're going to be like, "Oh, I told you." But like,
so in Travis's mind,
nobody thought
worst case scenario was make the playoffs out early, and that really sucks. Now going into next season, there's a new floor. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot. It could be a whole lot worse than maybe he would have thought it ever could have been coming into the season, because that's kind of how it went this season. And man, that makes it even maybe less worth it. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong.
It's hard to guess where his mind is, and I'm not going to try to pretend like I know where his mind is. But when you're on the downward slope and you're already kind of looking at when you can get off anyways, it just kind of feels right after this of like, well, we're there.
I feel like if he gets offers like from ESPN or NFL or, like the NFL Network or somebody, like, for gigs, right? I think that could really influence the decision. But at the same time, dude, he's dating one of the most important, whether you like her or not, important public, figures in the world. And that's a lot. And right now he's, an NFL player and one of the best that has ever been. And he still was that this year, regardless of what the team did. And does he want to just go to be like, "Hey, sweetie, what you got going on?
Well,
I'm a little bored over here. What you got going on, sweetie?"
And
does he want to do that? I don't know.
It could have a lot to do with the decision as well, because I mean, she doesn't have a tour planned, at least for the next year or anything like that. There is a wedding that needs to be planned, but
are you a closet Swiftie there, Tom? You pulled up that
information.
information.
I'm a living, breathing human being who doesn't know what's going on with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, everybody knows that, Buck. Yep, you're the only one.
So,
I'm out of the loop.
She's
I have
the
a
queen of
6-year-old
Kansas
who's a
City.
Swiftie, and
Respect. But however, she might be, no, you're playing. go play because we're not going to sit here and
I don't wanna
annoy
be
the hell
blamed.
out of each other for the next year. Like,
Or she's just like, baby, I know you want to do this, and I know. Or she, I mean, if she's a good spouse, she's going to have him look deep inside. What does he want? Because you can tell Jason Kelsey regrets it at times quite a bit. Like when he's on the podcast,
he's openly
talking,
said that, hasn't he?
He thinks that I think he wouldn't have retired. His body just was not going to take it anymore. And Kelsey's in much better shape. And tight ends don't get beat up as much as offensive linemen. And I mean, he was beat up. And so I think he would have loved to kept playing, but he talks about just being in there with the guys and doing all this stuff. And you can see Kelsey in his head every time Jason talks about something that he misses. Kelsey thinks, oh shit, I'm going to miss that too. Like you can see it in his eyes. He doesn't say it, but like you can see it. So I don't know. I guess this is me guessing. This is all speculation.
Yeah, speculation, absolutely. And I guess I never really considered that side of it because he does have the benefit of an older brother who played at the same level at his position for a team that is, I mean, they're not quite parallel to the Chiefs, but I mean, they're a championship team.
Not even close to parallel to the Chiefs, but they're
a winning team, and they've got that whatever.
There's nobody close to the Chiefs besides the Pats, and that's still.
We're not talking about the Cleveland Browns here, okay? We're not talking
yeah.
about the Raiders, okay? We're talking about I mean, he was successful on a successful team, so. Having that, it's almost like having the ability to look into a mirror 5 years ahead or however many years older Jason is and have that come back at you and having the ability to kind of foresee, have that knowledge before you've lived through it.
But then there's also
that could definitely play a factor that I wasn't considering.
There's also the flip side though, because boy, Travis loves hearing about all the stories of the stuff he gets to do now. That's why I threw it at the start about if he gets like an offer on a desk somewhere, that could really influence the decision because he loves hearing about all the fun times that Jason does get to have, going to the Monday night games, doing these different things. And so there is but if he doesn't get any of that and he's just like, I can do the acting thing. But acting is a lot of work too if you actually get a full starring role or a full-time role. So
look at it like this. I'm gonna put it out here first. So you've got the Manning cast on Monday nights, right? So Sunday Night Football is gonna have the Kelsey cast, right?
Ooh, I like that, dude. I like that.
It's got a good ring to it, man.
The Kelsey cast?
Yeah.
Those hard, the hard k at the front, and it really puts it together. But
what do they call that? That's not onomatopoeia. That's alliteration?
Yeah, we're gonna go with onomatopoeia.
Okay, yeah.
So,
that's fun to say.
But I mean, those two watching a game, talking about it, bringing people on, doing their podcast while they're watching a game. Tell me that that's not going to be more popular than the Manning cast. And I love the Manning cast. I absolutely love it. But
I think it could be. And I mean, dude, Jason is just Travis is good on the podcast. Jason is the podcast, dude. Jason is so good. And Travis has gotten better and better. But Jason started out just perfect for that podcast. I mean, just perfect. And so I think they would be really good at that, and yeah, I think that's great, Tom. I think that's a great idea. Did you actually just come up with that?
You should reach out to
I did just come up with that. Also,
nice.
I've got an emergency, just so you know. There's been a fly flying around and he fell into my drink, so I'll be right back.
All right. Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, props to him. He knew what he was doing.
All right, Buck, I got the same problem. Show's yours. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I guess I could go to that question by Brian, but I don't.
Yeah, I was just about to throw that up. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know a whole bunch about the
Would you rather have Zappy or
Belshel.
Buechele?
Yeah, Buechele, like, I don't know much about him. Like, I looked him up real quick here because I just really don't know. I mean, he played for the Texas Longhorns
I
and
guess
the
Zappy because he's
SMU
got
Mustangs.
experience with this team.
Yeah, well,
But
I mean, it
It
looks
wasn't
like
good.
it looks like Shane does too because his Wikipedia picture is him in training camp on the 2022 Chiefs.
All right. Well, Zappy's more current. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's been on the Bills too, I guess.
Brian,
Practice
do you have a
squad.
suggestion here? Or are you just kind of throwing it out for shits and giggles?
I mean, Zappy's
'cause
probably the
I-
first choice if Zappy's not anyplace else.
Yeah. I mean, just
Just
For
because he's
recency, is that a word? Because of his recent activity
See,
with the Chiefs.
this is funny because this is I would know Shane if we started the podcast 2 years earlier.
Yeah.
Because like now I'm going to know everybody who was at camp every year going forward because I'm going to be going to camp. But that's something I didn't do before. I was a, normal fan that, started watching during preseason.
All right. Brian answered it. He said, I've seen Zappy. Give me Buechele. Well, apparently you've seen Buechele too. I guess it just said he was in training camp. I don't remember Buechele coming in. Maybe he did during
I don't either. I'm just his
preseason, but I
picture
wouldn't like you. I wouldn't have been
on-
watching that closely.
Yeah, his picture on like his Wikipedia page is a picture of him at training camp wearing number 6 in a Chiefs helmet. So I just have to assume that he was there in 2022.
Are we sure it's not pronounced Boucher?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Buechele.
Okay.
Boucher would be
I'm
better
like
though.
90. I'm
If
like
it
90.
was Boucher,
Yeah, it was.
then I would say give me Boucher.
Yeah,
Yep,
bring him in.
100%. I would change my answer for that too.
Oh man, but yeah, I think I don't know, man. I'm just so curious to see who they bring in as the quarterback. But that's the least of our problems, honestly. I mean, the offensive line is just in shambles. I mean,
Hey man, I was always taught don't sweat the petty stuff. And
I thought it was don't pet the sweaty stuff.
that's what you should do,
Oh,
but you shouldn't sweat the petty stuff.
okay.
And I mean, that's where we're at in the season. I mean, don't use this. They should be using this to evaluate talent, but don't use this to evaluate anything that's going to be happening next year. Really, the only thing that should have happened today is Nagy should have stayed behind in Nashville so that he can get that head coaching job, and we don't even have to fret it next year. We could just be like, "Hey, man, good job. That's great. And you saved yourself an airline ticket. Just got to stay."
we don't
smart
really
thinking.
need you for the rest of the year.
Look at how
we're
heads up
kinda
this
good.
guy is. Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
We're just gonna let Joe Blameyer take over everything and just see how that goes for the end of the year. Because I mean, Joe could. I mean, I would love to know if Andy thinks Joe could handle the offensive coordinator job because Joe's been kicking ass like back with Eric Bieniemy. Although Joe's duties with
Yes.
Eric Bieniemy were a lot different than his duties with Matt Nagy. So
Stop it, man. Stop it.
So,
Stop it.
different duties for different things, you know what I'm saying?
You just want Blameyer because you're going to run into him at the dog park, and we'll get him on here.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I know him, like nothing to do with it. No, I mean, honestly, though, he's had success and like he's been the passing team coordinator. So, I mean, I'm just curious. Like some guys don't want to move up. They have no aspirations for that. And like they feel like they're at the point to where they, want to be. Like there's lots of guys that aren't willing or wanting to move up. And he might be one of those guys. I've had, a handful of conversations with him that never brought that up or asked. But I'm curious if Andy thinks that he is, because that could be our next offensive coordinator when Nagy gets popped out. It really could be if if he's the type of guy that's wanting to do something else. But I don't know. I don't think Joe's on the chopping block, though. I don't think he is. But
I haven't been.
What do I know?
I'm not up with the coaching rumors, but I saw something on Facebook, and we all know Facebook. More than half of it is bullshit. But something said something about the Titans looking at Nagy for head coaching.
Yeah.
Is there legs to that?
That's why
definitely
I said
we
legs.
should have left him in Nashville so that
You
he could
think
take
after
that head
today they're still interested?
I
look
think
he did an
most
awesome job.
NFL teams aren't like fans. They're going to look at this game just like Tom's been trying to point out. You can't gauge shit from this. I mean, literally, what, 10 or 12 starters didn't play in this game or something like that? I mean, that's not your NFL team. That's an expected shit show. I can tell you who the most pissed off people in, like, the most pissed off fan base right now is the Titans. And they're like, "Are you freaking kidding me, Chiefs? You let us beat you?" Like, they want that pick. Like, they are pissed. I guarantee you, like, Titan content creators right now are bitching about, "Are you kidding me right now? How? What the heck? We were..."
Even when we lose, we're screwing the other team over.
Dude, did the Raiders win? I didn't even check that. The Raiders were in contention. They were actually...
I don't think they did.
Yeah, they were actually moving, though. I didn't even see, though.
No.
Tom
They
shaking
lost.
his head no.
They ended up
so I'm gonna
lost.
take that as
Houston
a
won.
no.
Trust me, I've been living on the Red Zone channel all day. I can tell you how all the games went, except for really the Chiefs game. Not a lot of coverage. It's like the old days when you're watching Red Zone. Chiefs don't show up very often.
It was a tough watch today.
Well, Brian Parrott seems to just keep taking mean opportunities to be mean to the guy that really changed the whole face of our organization and brought us to one of the best dynasties that's ever been in the NFL. And
He could be talking about Andy Heck.
no, he's talking about Reed. He's definitely talking about Reed.
Down here.
Definitely talking about Reed. But yeah, I don't think he's senile, and I think you're just, you got to give it up, Brian, because he ain't going anywhere unless he retires. Clark's not firing him. He's only the third good coach we've ever had in KC. He ain't fired him. It's just not happening.
Jeremiah Love.
I was just about to comment on that, Buck.
I mean, the Chiefs aren't tanking, but I mean, they really don't have to. They're down to the third string quarterback. We'll see. He'll probably hurt his ACL next week, and we'll be on our emergency quarterback if they don't get somebody within the next 3 days.
I really love the idea of Kelsey going out there and playing quarterback. I think that would be hilarious for the end of the season.
He's gonna get hurt though, man.
He's retiring. Who cares?
Oh, it'd be so good. But Jeremiah Love, running back. Nah, dude. Dude, okay, so guys, yeah, here, real quick, just for the take for Jeremiah Love, he'd go in the first round. Like, first off, the Chiefs are still snake bit from Edwards-Helaire. It was late first round, but still. But, dude, we need edge rushers. Like, we can get away with still having the same crappy running backs we did before. Ooh. Our team would have been unbelievably different this year if we could get to any quarterback anytime.
I disagree.
Oh,
wholeheartedly.
Dude.
I think that we need a running game threat. Mahomes should never be the leading rusher in any game, let alone.
You think we need that more than pass rush?
I'm not saying one versus the other, but I am saying that a lot of the weakness of this team was that offense not being able to operate. And it's because every opposing defense was like, they're going to throw it.
Yeah, I mean,
and if they don't, that guy can't run it. I watched Kareem Hunt back into the pile today. I didn't watch a lot of the game, but I saw him back into the pile. Like, what are
Tom,
we doing?
literally all
These
through
are our running
the
backs. These are
draft,
professional running backs.
all through the draft, I was even down in a crazy world for us to trade up to get Ashton Genty. But that was before I knew that George Carr, Loftus, and Chris Jones were going to fall off a freaking cliff and not produce like we needed them to. Like, we need pass rush, period. Like, we could have the same exact team, but if we just had a good pass rush, we'd be in the playoffs right now. Like, period. I'll stand by that any freaking day. And, dude, and when we're looking at running backs, I don't want to draft a running back in the, like, if we get a good pick, I want to draft an edge rusher because those guys cost $50K or $50 mil a freaking year. A good running back we can find for 7, 8. I mean, a really good one. Like, we can find those a lot easier in free agency. Whereas if we're looking for a premier rusher, we're looking at 40 to 50 million a year. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, today our premier rusher was not only he rushed more than anybody else on the team, but he also had more receptions than any of the receivers on the team.
I think our biggest problem is for sure the pass rush, and it's the most expensive position outside quarterback to get, and running backs are way cheaper to get veterans. So, like, that's where I'm at with, like, there's no way I want to waste like a first round pick on a running back unless we had, now second, third down. Come on. I mean, Kareem Hunt was a third round pick. We can find some good guys.
Who was a worse first round pick? Clyde or Felix and Duque Uzama?
Felix.
Yeah.
And what does he do?
He's a 3-4 outside edge rusher. I've explained this multiple times. It was stupid to draft him. He had never played 4-3 defensive end ever. Same thing with Joshua
I know all this. I'm just saying that you're saying if we're going to spend a first round pick, we need an edge rusher.
Yes, a 4-3
we did that too,
edge
and Clyde
rusher.
gave us more than King Felix did.
We need a 4-3 edge rusher. And Felix was not a first rounder. Felix was supposed to go in the second or third. We reached because the draft was in Kansas City. They wanted to take
where was he drafted?
K-State boy, huh?
Where was he drafted?
The end of the first round.
So he was a first rounder. So you could say he wasn't a first rounder, but that's where he got picked.
Okay. When I'm saying an edge rusher in the first round, it needs to be the top 15, if not the top 10 picks, or you're not getting like a premier guy. And so even if we end 6 and 11, we're still gonna have to trade up a bit for the type of caliber player that I want on the line. And that's gonna be a guy that if you hit on it, will eventually be asking for, it'll be increased in the future, of course, but he'll be asking for the top of the market, just under what quarterbacks make money. And like, that's why we have to get an edge. So the first round has got to go to an edge, especially if we have a chance to like get a really good one and move up.
I don't know, man. I just
feel it's crazy.
I think that there needs to be a running threat behind Mahomes, and that offense becomes
I agree with
deadly.
you completely. But
and then I think you can start to rebuild the defense from there. I mean, Mahomes was winning back when Hunt was a running back. No offense to Kareem Hunt, but back when he was a running back in the beginning, before he got kicked, no pun intended, off the team. It was a balanced offense. Of course, there was Tyreek there too, but you need a balanced offense in order for Mahomes to A, stay upright, B, help mask this revolving door of an offensive line, and
I mean, you're literally preaching what I've preached all through the offseason.
But I'm saying, like, I think that's more important immediately than getting a pass rush. Because even if you can stop everybody, but you can't move the ball because the opposing defense knows exactly what you're going to do. We just saw that this year. So, I mean, if you can't score points, you're not going to win the game. You can stop the other team, but if you can't score points, you're not going to win the game. You got to keep them guessing.
Yeah, and like you're kind of like, dude, I was saying basically at the start of the year, the only way Andy's going to run the ball is if he has an S tier running back, not an A, not a B, an S. And if you look back at his career, that is true. So maybe you are right, and maybe like if we had just any bit of rush this year, I'd be agreeing with you wholeheartedly. But I mean, it was absurdly bad. It was worse than our running game for sure.
Yeah. My only concern about the Chiefs reaching out in the first round for a running back is the last time they did that, they picked Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
That was,
I know that
end of the first round is a bad reach area, and it's just
it is.
They could have had Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, but nobody look.
That's
right. Yeah, and you don't know. You don't know.
Round, you get a lot of hits, dude.
But I just feel like if you're going to pick an edge rusher, as long as you're getting the right kind of edge rusher, I feel like that's going to be a little bit more of a higher percentage potential to hit rather than, man, how bad they really picked on that. They really kind of whiffed on that first round pick with Clyde. FAU could have been better, I believe, but he just can't stay on the field. And it's hard to evaluate a guy. It
wasn't his scheme. I mean, the guy was badass in college. Even when, I mean, again, I'm a K-State fan. And when the Chiefs picked him, I was like, ooh, that's kind of weird. He's a badass. He doesn't stop. He plays hard, but that's not his scheme. I mean, that's just not what he's used to. He'd have to totally be coached up. And now he's, lost in the wash, just like Clyde. Both of them reaches at the end, and you hope that one of them hits, and that's what you have to do at the end of the first round, really. But they're in a unique situation now where they're not going to be at the end of the first round. And I mean, Weston here brings up a running game keeps your offense on the field and gives your defense breaks, which is what they haven't done the last couple years. You can make up for not having the strongest pass rush by not having them on the field the entire freaking game. I mean, that way
I have to stop you there, though. Okay, so that is true, but that's what we had this year. That's why our D didn't look as bad as it actually was, is because the offense was staying on the field a long time. That's one thing we did do this year. We just couldn't score when we got to the red zone. We had long drives. But I do agree that is definitely something you want. And
there is
honestly,
nothing.
We would have scored in the red zone had we had a good running back.
There is nothing more sad than getting to the 5-yard line and saying this is a touchdown, except it's not, because you don't have a running game and you have to flip the coin every play.
Yep,
if you do score, there's going to be a yellow flag flying.
Well, hopefully there's a new deal with the refs, and we actually can, suspend them. Actually when they screw up, because you can't right now. They don't have to answer to shit. So hopefully that's all rewritten come next year, but we'll just have to see. But yeah, I think I would have loved to have gotten Ashton Genty or Marion Hampton this year. Like I was big on him, and I was pushing for it. But boy,
I'm not going to put Jeremiah Love
scared the shit out of me.
I'm not going to put Jeremiah Love or anybody in the same category as Ashton Genty. I mean, what Genty did in college was unreal. I mean, he's showing that he's human this year, but he's also playing on the Raiders. And
they
even
just
today,
didn't use him. Yeah,
even
that's
today,
why they had to fire.
Went off. However, I mean, Jeremiah Love is an impressive running back. He's strong. He's quick. He's got a good head on his shoulder. He finds the gaps. He is one of those, and I've seen a lot of talking about him.
He's a big one too.
I mean, I'm not against I'm not against that pick. I would be pretty excited if something like that were to happen.
I'd be excited. I just feel like the pass rush is so much more needed. And also I haven't looked at, what we have. Like it's got to be someone who makes sense. Like if it's a guy that's played 3-4 his entire life outside linebacker, sometimes those guys can change, but like I don't want to take any more chances on them coaching up a guy to change. I don't want to take any more chances on that. You know what I mean? Because that's what we could have had with Uche or
King Felix.
Yeah.
FAU.
FAU.
It was sad to see him fail too, because he is a badass. But he just got put in the wrong situation and was like, I can't get to the quarterback.
Yeah, and then Chiefs fans are gonna he's gonna go someplace else and he's gonna have success. And Chiefs fans are like, see, we just don't know what to play. And it's like, no, we do know what to play. We play a 4-3. And it's and your roles are completely different. And I mean,
he's gonna wreck.
When you play the 3-4 though, you pay more for your defense. I mean, 3-4 3-4 is higher. Like there's more 3-4 teams than 4-3 teams. So those linebackers with those skill sets are a lot harder to find because they're more in demand than. I mean 4-3 linebackers are basically safeties. I mean, really, like they're basically big safeties.
Yeah.
And then finding like a 4-3 defensive end is a lot because they're not just rushing the passer. That's why you don't see a whole ton of 4-3 badasses. But if there is a 4-3 badass in the draft, I don't know yet, and I would rather have them than a badass running back. But if there isn't, I'm down with having a badass running back too. I mean, I do get your points,
exciting.
And I do agree with some.
One thing the Chiefs, I mean, I will say they're better at it this past decade, obviously with Mahomes and Worthy and Clyde, but they're not very good at drafting those exciting positions. It's always offensive line, defensive line, offensive line. That's how it's been for so long. And so in the past decade, it's been kind of exciting, but to get one of those difference makers would really that'd be fun.
I mean, okay, so Weston Brewmeister says, and if they get a second and a third pick for, sorry, I put the Meister in there, didn't I? If they get a second and third for, if they get a second and third for McDuffie, you can draft an edge and a DT in the second and third round. I mean, if they trade McDuffie, I'm gonna be a little upset if they don't get one first. Like, I mean, one.
I don't know, man.
Like, I mean,
be willing to give up a first?
Not after this year.
For McDuffie?
I don't know, man. Like he's still an unbelievable player.
Oh, he really is. But I mean, being misused all season, he really hasn't shown his strength, and he's gotten burned a lot this year.
But if you do get a second and third for him, right? Say that you did get that, you could use that in trade ups to get a second first. I mean, get more of a later round first, you know what I mean? And then try to grab something there. So, I mean, it's, but also though, I don't know. It's a whole lot. I don't know that I want to get rid of McDuffie, but boy, he was mismanaged this year, and it's just weird to me because Spag's base defense is nickel, which has a slot corner in it every time. So why McDuffie couldn't just play that the majority of the time, pretty much all the time, I don't know. And Noel, I'm sorry, you say he makes mistakes, but he's got, I mean, the stats on PFF sure show that he's got what it takes. And
he's got the pedigree. I mean, we all know what he is.
I've been talking about him all off season, and it just seems like you guys, the coaching staff just might be expecting a little too much from everybody, and maybe you need to just dumb the stuff down a bit. If so many players can't get your scheme, then maybe your scheme is a little too over.
Thought.
Yeah,
Sophisticated.
yeah, overthought. There's a word I'm looking for, but yeah, basically overthought. Like basically, you're going deeper than you have to, because we have some playmakers that just didn't get on the field. Same with Jaden Hicks. Like Jaden Hicks should have been on the field constantly, but he wasn't. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And
I'll tell you what, one thing that just kind of hit me. It is sure sad that we have spent this much time talking about the draft in December. It has been a long
It's been
time.
a long time since we've had to talk about the draft this early.
Long time.
Yeah.
Boy, slap in the face.
yeah,
You know,
and-
people can say the Chiefs fans are arrogant and bandwagon and all of that, but I can vouch that the three of us have been through it for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is just, it's
A
been
lot of
we've
bad
had
years.
to do this.
A lot
long
of
time.
bad products on the field. In fact, when you sang the national anthem, that was probably
Yeah.
probably a sad game to watch.
Romeo Crennel's first coaching game.
Man, he was good as a coordinator,
you got
He's a
fired
good dude.
as the Wait,
head coach.
Nice
wasn't
dude.
he,
Got to shake his
wasn't
hand.
he the offensive coordinator for the Raiders this year that didn't run?
Oh, I don't know. I'm
Ashton
talking about. So he was.
Am I crazy? Who
No,
was the
Crennel was
offensive
always a
coordinator?
defensive coach.
Yeah, who was the offensive coordinator? I don't know. Whatever.
And he
who
was
cares?
the D coordinator, and then he took over for
After Todd Haley.
Todd Haley.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting his
Yeah.
name confused
And he
with
just- I
somebody
mean,
else.
That
He
shit
wasn't-
show.
He was. I mean, he was a great coordinator, man, but he was not head coaching material. I thought that at the time too. I was like, I mean, as a stand-in, okay, but didn't they try and sign him for the next year too, and then make him the actual head coach? And he just
That I don't remember. I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't
those were
remember.
dark days. You know,
Yeah,
you try to
yeah.
block those out, especially after the past like decade that we've
Uh-huh.
had. You forget about those. You don't want to. Dexter McClusters and all that kind of stuff. Like, no need to talk about that.
Yep.
Dexter
Devontae
McClusters.
1286 says fire Andy Reid, and we say no. Goodbye.
Good one.
And then
Good
if
one.
back
Andy
to,
has another season like this next season,
back to a good comment. Weston Brewster says, well, it's not a question. He says, well, you can't pay McDuffie $70 million plus for a slot corner, and that is the truth. And I'm sorry, but Trent McDuffie wouldn't have gone as late in the first round if he was proper size. And if he was proper size, he'd be an all world corner. But if he wants top money, I just don't see how we can do that. Like, especially with how much we have in Smith and everything else. Like, I just don't see how we can do that. And unless you have a pass rush, your corners really don't matter. Like, they're gonna get beat on things. Like, unless you get to the quarterback.
Yeah, they're not going to be sticking to people the entire play if nobody's getting to the quarterback.
Yep, you saw one of the best corners in football last year was on the Eagles, and with less of a pass rush this year, you don't hear much about him, right? I can't even remember his name. That's
I
where I'm
refuse
at.
to
right?
watch the Eagles.
So, yeah, it's just like everything starts up front there, and no matter how good of a lockdown corner you have, they're not going to be, and our corners do pretty good except for Connor. Connor just does not. He literally he goes right when they go left at the beginning, and he's just beat immediately. Like,
Yeah,
he's-
but that's the Chiefs' way, man. They've been like
a
that
bad
since their
guesser.
like inception. But
Yeah.
Oh, Fred also came up with I agree, fire Andy Reid. I love this. You guys, that's fantastic. That's
We
good
keep all
stuff.
trying to put it up and take it
Yeah, that's I
Okay,
love it.
okay. So my question then is, okay, yeah, obviously they're not going to. I say obviously. I guess that's a bad word to use here, but I don't think any of us believe that Andy Reid's job is in jeopardy right now. But say that they come out in 2026 and we see another lackluster season like this, do you think that it might be on the table then?
Yes, and that's actually what I do want to talk about is that there was a point in New England where people were like, "Ah, we got to get rid of Belichick. It was all Brady." And everybody else was like, "That's freaking absurd." Like, you understand, you guys have the greatest coach of all time and all of that kind of stuff, but there was a point where it just didn't fire anymore. And I'm not going to say that that can't happen with Andy Reid. The guy's old. The game's always evolving.
It
Sean
happened to him
McVay's
in
out
Philly.
there killing it as what is he, the second youngest coach now? Didn't the Revenge of the Nerds dude down in Miami, isn't he the youngest coach?
Mike McDaniel.
But it is an ever evolving game and it's hard to keep up sometimes. And there will be a point where either Andy Reid is going to walk away or he's going to have to be released of his duties. One of the two is going to happen.
Well, if
It's
Andy
not right
Reid,
now.
if Andy Reid doesn't clean house with some of these coaches, you might have me on the get rid of Andy trade next year. Like, it is obvious you need to clean house on some of the coaches
Yes.
and fix some stuff. But if he does do that and falters a little bit next season, I'm probably still going to be like, dude, it's fine. Like, we still have time. The next year I'd be a little upset. But if he doesn't clean some house this year, I'm going to be really upset with Andy, and my patience will be running a little bit thin. Like, we need to clean some of this coaching house out.
I would say it's both. I would say if he cleans house or if he doesn't clean house, there's an issue. If he does clean house and still isn't successful, there's an issue. And at that point, I think, yeah, it needs to be addressed. So
Yep. And I always love this line. You sound a bit congested. No, sir, that's just what a deep voice sounds like. And
well, wait, he might be
obviously
talking to me.
don't
I've
have
got a
one.
cold. I picked up strep throat from my daughter.
I don't know.
So
I hear it all the time.
Oh,
And
it's you?
like,
Yeah,
I've
he
always
gets-
been the nasally
he
one.
gets
So
that
that's
comment a
awesome.
they're
lot.
trying
Okay,
to they're trying to dig on the voice because you're jealous.
So what? Okay,
It's the
so
truth.
let me ask
The
you a
truth
question:
hurts sometimes.
Are there any coaches
Wish I didn't
that,
have a stutter.
if they were to clean house, I think a lot of people would be on the side of cleaning house means Matt Nagy at hopefully, right? But
At
what
the
if
minimum.
yeah,
Matt
but what
Nagy
if
at the minimum?
what if they were to clean house and Nagy was not part of that house cleaning and he came back? I mean, they still cleaned house. So is it really cleaning house that you want to see, or is it a specific coach that you want to see?
No, I
well, I
think
think
it's
we've already addressed Nagy.
yeah.
I
We
mean,
need
yeah, we
more
definitely
than
want to
just
see that.
Nagy.
Everybody. I haven't seen one person be like, boy, I hope Nagy comes back next year and really proves himself.
So
Not
if only
one.
Nagy is
Not
gone
anywhere.
next year and the rest of the coaching staff is all the same,
I think
still got
more
a
of the
problem.
coaching staff needs to go. Like, I really think Dave Barrett talking in press conferences like his shit don't stink, like he knows everything. I feel that,
Yeah.
like I talk about it all the time. Older people, at some point, they get to a point to where some, not all, get to a point to where they don't think they have to learn anymore, and that's what he sounds like. Everything is matter of fact, and if you can't say, dude, I was wrong about this, I'm gonna learn from this, then I mean, it's kind of scary. And Dave Barrett, I'm pretty sure, is the reason Connor's in there and Noel's not been in there, and McDuffie's not been in the slot. Like, so I mean, I want Dave, I want Matt. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of with Brian.
On the Andy
He's kind of
Heck
talked me into
or
Andy
Andy
Heck
Reid?
too.
Oh, okay.
And definitely like something like the offensive line. I'm just for a different reason. I just think if Andy Heck controls the offensive line blocking schemes, I mean, it's a joke. It's a complete joke compared to the rest of the league. And we need young blood in. We need a good 5 spots cleaned out, like the lower spots too. We need young blood to come in and spark the old wise coaches. Like we need a mix of the two. And that's how I feel about it.
You know what would be cool is after McDaniel is fired in Miami this year, we should probably just pull him up as the offensive coordinator.
That could be fun.
That could be fun as hell. The Revenge of the Nerds down there in Miami.
Dolphins.
And then bring Tyreek with him.
You think he'd
be like, you thought you were rid of him, but you're not.
You think he's willing to take a step back to coordinator?
I don't think he's going to have a choice after this season. I mean,
maybe not.
At what point has he shown that he could be successful as a head coach?
He did okay for a while.
Weston, you're kind of new here, but this is something that I brought up a long time ago when I was like, if Andy Reid did get fired or didn't exist, I was like, well, I want John Gruden. But we've talked about it extensively multiple times. John Gruden is hated by the commissioner of the league for obvious, well, I hate saying obvious, but
that's twice now.
Yep. Obvious to me because I follow all the stuff that happens, and he's suing the NFL, and he was the one person that the emails got leaked, and he's pretty sure it's Roger Goodell because he called Roger Goodell a gay slur. So, yeah, the thing that, people used to call everybody, all the kids in grade school back in the 80s and 90s. It was that one. The ends with an et.
They called him a Bobby.
Ends with a knot.
Oh,
it's a cigarette over.
Yeah, it's a cigarette in
over
Britain.
The seas. Yeah.
Yep, and so Gruden would be dangerous to bring in, but I'd love Gruden, man. I watch his big long spiels whenever he talks about the Chiefs games prior. Dude's a freaking genius. I hated to play against him. Would have loved to been. And Andy has a relationship with him. Gruden's come in like once or twice before Super Bowls and been one of the guest, coach speakers that have talked to the team. So
didn't he come in during training camp?
Training camp. I think he came in during training camp too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there were some people that were really pissed about that. I was like, I mean, I guess if you're angry about the things he said, but I don't think he said them actually to like. It was a different time, guys. It was a different time. I just don't think he's an actual bad guy.
Hold on, I do want to address this. Irish Spring, good soap. Says that Kelsey is washed too. I just want to bring this up that like that's tired, man. Like he's the number 4 tight end this year.
He's going to be a freaking Pro Bowler.
If he's washed, then what are the other teams doing? Because he's the number 4 tight end this season. So
he's going to be second team All Pro, and he's going to be a Pro Bowler. And
washed. I mean, define washed. If you're the number 4 tight end.
Yep.
The only stat missing there is the touchdowns, but otherwise.
Yeah. Yep.
Brian says, I'd hire Gruden purely to piss Goodell off. Yeah, well, that's why you don't get to run an NFL team.
However, the Chiefs have a little diplomatic immunity, I'm sure. I mean, that's what the rest of the league thinks. That's what all the other fan bases think.
Not after this season.
So, I mean, let's push the boundaries a little bit.
Roger's scary. I don't want to piss him off.
Yeah, we love Roger Goodell here at fucking Bob.
Love you, Roger. Clip this. Roger, you're the best. You're the best around, buddy. Nothing's going to keep you down.
I think you're kind of a chode, Raj.
That's my middle name.
Chode Raj?
Chode Raj. Roger is my middle name.
No, I thought it was Tuna Kid. So we'll save that for we'll save that story for
off air. No
members only stream.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And then
I don't think that
we'll
one
talk
needs to go
about
out.
Bucking Bronco there too.
We will definitely not be telling that one. That one is staying in the vault.
I promise you, I would. You would
I've got
have
a
to tell
picture
it.
you don't want me to release.
Welcome to Buck and Bob Late Night.
Oh man, you were supposed to get rid of those spring break pictures.
I know I was.
Oh,
I
man.
only use them for good and for revenge.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I don't know who Brady E7S is, but best comment of the night. I totally agree with you, Brady. Get a solid running back next season, run the hell out of the ball. Yep, it's that simple.
Yep, we've been saying that since the
draft.
Yeah, since draft. And then everybody, yeah, and we were one of the few content creators saying it all through the draft. And then everybody switched their tone about 5-6 games into the season. And then all of a sudden, they'd always thought that. But I
just knew it wasn't going to happen, so I didn't toot that horn too loud. I knew it was a pipe dream, but it would have been cool, man. Would have been cool.
Oh, you were on you were still on the running back. You wanted a running back. You just didn't think it would happen.
I absolutely would have loved it.
Yeah, we oftentimes talk about what we think the Chiefs are going to do, and people misread that. Even though we say, I think the Chiefs are going to do this.
But this
guys,
is what I want.
That doesn't mean that's what we want. That's what we think the Chiefs are going to do. If we say, I want the Chiefs to do this, that's when you can say, oh, that's what that guy wants the Chiefs to do.
I want the Chiefs to go out and get Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I don't think they will.
Like, I guessed that the Chiefs were probably going to get rid of Joe Tootie 2 days prior to it happening. Did I want him to get rid of Joe Tootie? No. But I just saw the writing on the wall and was like, well, they tagged Smith. Most likely they're getting rid of Tootie. And nobody else seemed to see that. And then they were shocked when it happened. And I was like, I called that 2 days ago. So,
well, as a lifelong Chiefs fan, I can vouch for there is complete difference between what we want the Chiefs to do and what the Chiefs do.
Yep.
So,
and let's be quite honest. With the Chiefs' track record, what we want the Chiefs to do is probably not the smartest thing. So, like, even though we disagree with what they do, it's proof's been in the pudding. Like, this is just the first year that they've actually faltered. So,
yeah, I wanted them to finally take a chance and draft a quarterback in the first round, and never thought I'd see it again.
I do think the Chiefs and the armor are starting to show a little bit. I mean, when you swing and a miss on a Clyde and you swing and a miss on a King Felix, those are 2 first-round draft picks in the past, 5 years that didn't hit. Those are big draft picks.
Yeah,
those are
even
big.
though
these need to be guaranteed
an early
picks.
second but still we've reached pretty hard for those picks.
Those are,
and Edwards-Helaire, you could put a lot of that on Patrick's shoulders. He was a big proponent and a big pusher to draft him. And Beach was in love with him at that point. It was like, you get to make the call. And that was Patrick's call. And that was, that was
what would be a good idea is to probably not let him be in charge of the freaking draft anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, because there's going to be a point in time where, no offense to our Lord and Savior, Patrick Mahomes, but he's not going to be around forever. So
shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, we don't speak about those things. It's not the time to speak about those things. For this point right now in our current situation, Patrick Mahomes is going to be around forever.
Oh, damn it. Sorry. I clicked it at the same time.
We do that all the time.
Yeah, we do that all the time because we think it's a good question. So if that happens, your question goes up and down, you did a good one because multiple of us want to talk about it.
We're all clicking on it because we want to say it. Well, go ahead. You did it first, unless you want me.
Well, Weston
I think
said,
you did it first.
Do you think if they don't draft a running back at 11 or 12 or wherever they end up in the first round, do you think they draft a receiver that high?
No, I don't. I don't think they're reaching for a receiver again. It's bit them quite a few times. In fact, they've kind of whiffed more than they've hit on receiver. They're I mean, the jury might still be out on Worthy a little bit. And to
I
be
mean,
honest
over
with
the
you,
years too.
I think that the jury's still out on Rice a little bit. I'm not 100% sold on Rice. Going into the season, I thought this guy could come in and be a top 5 receiver. This point in time in the season, I'm wondering if he could be a top 25 receiver.
We definitely, I don't know if it's the injury or if it's just the lack of playing time over the time here, but he came back strong, but teams figured him out quick.
Yeah, I mean, he's a yards after catch guy. He's good. He offsets the attention on Kelsey. They can feed off of each other, but that offense just wasn't clicking this season either. So I don't think at that early in the draft, you go after a receiver. I really don't. I think that you can get receivers in free agency, and it's not terrible what we have by any means. It's just that we need the surrounding pieces for the receivers to be able to go out there and do what they can do.
Yeah,
And
I
we
think
don't have those surrounding pieces. We need the offensive line. We need a running game. We need Patrick to have the confidence and the security to be able to play his game. And until that happens, I don't think it matters what receiver we have.
I mean, I'm with Tom. I'm with Tom, but I want pass rusher first, whether it be a badass defensive tackle or edge rusher. I mean, badass defensive tackles make edge rushers really good. Like, so I'm down with a badass defensive tackle too. I mean, we got eaten up by one today. I'm down with that. But if there's a second choice and I can't have that, I'm definitely, if we're getting a star, I want a star pass rusher or a star rusher, a star running back. I am down. Those are the two positions that I think are the most needed, and those are the two that I want. I just want pass rush that's my priority. Tom's is running back, and I think pass rush is also Buck's priority, but I think Buck's on the same page.
I'm just
with
a little
second
bit
choice.
I'm just a little bit closer to the middle, but yeah, I do kind of I think I side with the pass rush just a little bit more, yeah.
But I think we all agree those two spots is where we need a star. I don't think we need a star wide receiver.
No, it's got to be an impact player, and you're not going to pick up an impact wide receiver that's going to make a difference in how that offense is flowing right now. You're just not. It's going to take something like a running back, or you go on the defensive side, like you guys are saying, to really improve the defense, because that pass rush definitely improves the entire defense, just like a running back will improve that entire offense. I think it's one of those two.
Yep, I think for sure. Like, definitely not safety, definitely not corner, definitely not offensive line. We just need to get all our guys back. I mean, we literally have like 6 linemen out, so like that's not the problem, but I definitely feel that.
Hold on, I do want to bring this up that chinks in the armor is kind of racist. Brian, you're a racist.
No,
that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
we could tell you how armor's made. I'm playing this great game called Kingdom Come, and like you actually have to wear undergarments for your armor. It's wonderful, but chinks in the armor is correct, and it has nothing to do with the racial slur.
He did a laughing emoji. He was just kidding.
Yeah,
I know.
Okay.
We're just giving Brian
I'm
crap.
ashamed of you.
This one goes with what I said earlier in the episode at the very start. Titans had one score games versus the Chargers, Texans, and Seahawks in back-to-back weeks. They just needed one game versus a wounded opponent. I said, like, they've, over the past 5 weeks, like, you just look at Cam Ward's stats, and it's night and day from the start of the year. I mean, it's night and day. And I mean, that's good for Titans fans. Like, it looks like Cam's really learning and getting comfortable, and like you guys can look forward to. I'm guessing that's a.
You know what the Titans
fan
are
of the
missing?
Titans.
They're missing an offensive-minded head coach going
Yeah.
into 2026.
I
And
know
man,
one.
We
Yeah.
We have this
one.
perfect guy for you.
I
We
mean,
got the perfect guy
dude,
for you.
Wholesale prices, like he's good to go. Low mileage.
Matchmaker, make
Yep,
me
he is
a
good
match.
looking. You know,
He
he's
is awesome.
charismatic.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I'm going to be honest. I think he's going to be a way better head coach than offensive coordinator. I mean, honestly,
I know we already did it once, but forget all that. That was in some bullshit town like Chicago. In a place like Nashville, the guy could really shine.
Chicago's going to be in the playoffs this year.
Shut up.
Yep. Eric
Shut up. Don't ruin this for us.
But yeah, I mean, I do honestly think he's gonna be better at that. I think he needs to get out of under Andy. I think he's a yes man to Andy, and I think that's no good for anybody. No good for Andy, no good for him.
Across the board. I think he's always been mid across the board. And that's that. I mean, he's kind of had that proven track record. Like, show me where he succeeded, and I'll shut up.
Oh, also, we do need to hit this. HD Chiefs fan says the Donkeys lost to the Jags, so they will come to Arrowhead and destroy the Chiefs. Scrooge will be there for our Christmas. Dude, got to give it to the Jags. I told Buck today as we were walking out of the house, I was like, all right, finally, the Jags are real. Okay, I guess I have to admit that now. The Jags are real. Like, good for them, because I just really didn't see it, but it's obvious now, and they deserve respect.
Firing on all cylinders. Their offense was able to figure out the Denver defense, and it was great. I mean, when they had big plays, they had big plays. And then their defense just looked at Bo Nix and said, nah, JV, not on our watch. And I will continue to take dumps on Bo Nix and the Denver offense and all of it. I'm telling you, the pretenders, team like Jacksonville comes in, beats you down like that at your house. Look at yourself in the mirror. I know y'all going to come out here to Kansas City and you're going to kick our ass and be like, changing of the guards, we're the Broncos, and act all high and mighty. And all I'm going to do is come on here and be like, what happened at your house last week? You let that lady come out here with his team and beat your ass like that on your field?
Dude. Yep. And he's the one that got the PhD after Butker mixed that kick. Sorry. Dude, I mean, dude, we're gonna get destroyed by the Broncos. I said it at the start of the stream. Like, New York's gonna have to call and be like, "Hey guys, just fake an earthquake, and we'll cancel the game." Like, this is
shaking
bad.
all the cameras.
Yeah, it's literally gonna be like 56-7. And they're going to be, and the Broncos are going to be kneeling half of the plays. So
it was like they were last year in the last game of the season when they're like, we kicked the Chiefs' ass, and it's like, we sat everybody because we're going to the playoffs. Like, do you guys even know how football works? It's so sad out there. You guys are high all the damn time, just not even knowing what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
That's the smog. It's the smog of the air.
So they're going to come out here. They're going to kick our ass. They're going to talk so much shit and think that they are just unfreaking touchable.
I don't mind them, though. I hate the Eagles fan base.
I hate the Broncos fan base.
I don't super mind them. I hate the Broncos, but I don't super mind the fan base.
I had a very poor
kind
experience
to
with the Broncos fan base here.
They've already been saying that the Chiefs dynasty is ending and the Broncos dynasty is starting, and it's been everywhere and all this thing, and it's just
that's
like
copia. But I just
you have to win something first. Yeah, you won shit.
Say, oh, there, sweetie. Yeah. You know, like I do to my dog when he's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I mean,
you ain't won shit. Y'all just high. You're so high.
But yeah, the Jags are the real deal, and the Broncos are going to just wipe the floor with us next week. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I will give them that. I did want to bring this up. Somebody said,
Oh shit! Okay.
So did Bob.
Sorry.
Well-
We both brought
Okay.
it up at the same time again.
because it's cool because we haven't talked about this for a while, and now looking at it in hindsight, this is a good topic. Why didn't the Chiefs make any moves during the trade deadline?
It just didn't make sense for the long term.
Yeah, the really big need at the time was running back, and there was one real big.
I see a reoccurring theme.
Yeah,
But
right.
they don't.
But
They
they weren't
do
going
this.
to
They only
trade
did
a
this
third
last
rounder.
year.
They weren't going to trade a third or better round, and they wanted a third rounder. Like,
Yeah,
Chiefs
I'm
weren't
not
gonna
saying
offer
it's
better than a
right.
fourth.
I'm not saying it's right, but the Chiefs, if you look back, I said this before when everybody was like doing all the content about who can the Chiefs trade for. I'm like, we could do that, but we're just bullshitting you because they're not going to do anything because that's all they've ever done prior. Last year was an outlier, and they were acting out of the norm because they were going for a three-peat. And what did it get us? It didn't get us much. So I can see how in their heads they're like, well, we're going to go back to, what we did before. And Veach is playing for the marathon, not for the race. And if we had been doing a little bit better, I think there might have been more of a look for something else. But we had no cap room either. I mean, we had no money. So it just wasn't really a thing that we could do.
Hold on. I've got an all-star follow-up from the same person. Drew says Mahomes might be washed. And I would like to say that, Drew, I remember my first season watching football.
I mean,
dude, that was great.
He might
you
be, but
locked up right while you were like putting that pose there.
Sure, he might, but I mean, all I saw was a guy that was out there trying to win some football games.
Did you say
and he
sure
made some
he
poor
might?
decisions?
As in
Yeah,
he
dude,
might be
Buck,
washed.
you're
He
crazy.
You
might
never
be.
know, man. He could come
I
back
do
and be
know.
completely done. But I don't think
I'm
so.
fairly certain.
I don't think. I'm just saying, like, sure, he might be, but that's not what I saw. I think
Hey,
a lot
did
of
you
people
see how that team performed without him today?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so wait, are you saying he might be washed after he comes back from the injury, or judging
Yes.
from what you saw this season, he might be washed?
No,
'Cause I
let
think
me
that's
finish.
what
Guy's
you're
already
saying.
running.
Let me finish. I think a lot of people are looking at what they think they saw was a washed-up Mahomes this year, and I don't agree with that narrative. I
think that's
believe that what
absurd.
I saw was a man that was out there trying to will his team to victory in any way, shape, or form that he could, because he's a fighter. Washed up, I think I don't think so at all. I do think that there is a small possibility when he comes back from this that he could be washed up. There's always a chance with anybody. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But I can see where some people would see Mahomes' performance on the field in the micro, right? And see that as a washed up quarterback. I can see where they're coming from, but that's not what I interpreted when I saw him playing this year.
Buck, I'm gonna insult you here, and I'm sorry. But you're being very vanilla.
I'm just saying what I
Hey,
mean.
look,
Yeah,
man.
you're just saying, but you're not saying, but you're saying, but you're not saying. You're like, oh
No,
yeah, that
I'm
could
telling
be
what
the
I
case.
think.
Well,
I don't think he'll be washed up.
I think it's crazy to even think about that possibility. I mean, unless they screwed up his ACL surgery, like they screwed up. What happened with what's his name? Three-finger catch, weird hair guy.
OBJ?
Odell Beckham.
Yeah, Odell Beckham Jr. He got it wasn't his ACL, was it? It was he got a surgery and they just didn't repair it. I forget what it was. Was it the ACL? Like it literally just didn't repair it, or hamstring or something. Like they just like, oh, we messed it up. We'll just close it up, see what happens. And then they found out,
Did it take them a while to figure it out? Like they didn't. They didn't realize it right away.
We still
No, they
played.
didn't.
He still played for a few years. It's just at receiver, as you get older, there's a lot less willing you are to catch the ball across the middle of the field, and it's just harder to outrun the corners. And I mean,
Hold on.
receivers a little bit different than quarterbacks. See, also Tom Brady.
True. Yeah, like an ACL for the receiver, but they did something where they repaired it. Yeah. Okay. So his initial ACL tear, a doctor basically told him, you didn't even have a functional ACL, like basically when he signed with the Rams in 2021. They basically botched the surgery, and so that's the only thing I could see. If they botch it, that's the only thing I could see where Mahomes wouldn't come back. But this guy is one of the best in the biz. Mahomes actually got the surgery before any swelling. So remember how I told you guys I was curious about how they were able to do the surgery so quick? And I was like, I wonder if it was like a compression cast. So I found out, yes, they, as soon as they had him scanned, saw it was that, they put him in a compression cast, making it so the swelling wouldn't go crazy. And that's why they were able to do surgery so much earlier than other people get ACL surgery, which is just like a huge jump in recovery, because with that time, it heals wrong, and you have to correct that during surgery also. Whereas they were able to go in directly, boom, correct it. So yeah, I don't think there's any chance. He is going to have to figure out how to play a little bit different and probably wear a knee brace the rest of his career. But I mean, I think he's down for the task.
I want to bring this one up too. He overthrows his receivers.
And underthrows them too.
He is a smart ass quarterback. What he was doing was underthrowing his receivers, which brings the defender back into the equation. And once he lost trust in his receivers, that's when he started overthrowing his receivers. You can see the thought process going on, but it's cool. Watch him next season.
Well, and
I learned a lot more in my second season of watching football as well.
And I brought up last week how I kept thinking that, he has all those passes where he threw behind his wide receivers on slant routes and stuff, and I thought it was inaccuracy at first, and now I just think it was by design, because the defender has no chance at that ball. Yeah, the receiver has less of a chance, but you throw that in front of the wide receiver, every time he threw one of those balls behind, the defender was up with the wideout and able to stop the outside pass. So I almost wonder if it was by design anyhow. So yeah, I don't believe that at all. And Mahomes has never been the most accurate quarterback. That's never been his superpower. His superpower is the fact he can throw across his body,
arm strength,
down the entire field. He can throw in ways that quarterbacks didn't even know were possible until he came into the league. So, yes. Yeah, that's his superpower. Has never been the Aaron Rodgers touch pass.
Somewhat.
It's just never been.
He did show off that a little bit in some videos, but it's always been the arm strength for him. I mean, the fact, look, when the most viral video is him throwing the ball out of Arrowhead, that's where his superpower is.
Well, and even in the Super Bowl loss against Tampa Bay, he literally is not perpendicular,
parallel.
is parallel to the freaking ground, sideways, and he chucks the ball where the ground's just right there, because he's right-handed and he's on his right side. He chucks the ball straight into the receiver's face. Literally hit him in the face mask.
If he would have thrown it a little bit harder, it would have stuck in Tyreek Hill's face mask. We would have gotten a touchdown.
But that's my whole point. That's his superpower, and that's why he is going to have to improve, though, in staying in the pocket after this. And like, I think he is down for the task. And honestly, I've seen him on the sideline and he's been bored. So it's time for him to get back to the freaking iPad and get back into learning. Like I
will
saw
tell you-
Oladokun on the sideline doing that today, and I was like, man, I miss Mahomes with the iPad in his freaking hand.
Another thing is that instead of looking, I've seen some comments in here of going and getting a big wide receiver like Nico Collins. That's a weird example, but sure, I don't disagree with it. But you just don't hear his name come up that much this season. But
Well, he got hurt in our game.
instead of drafting for a receiver like that, I really do think that bringing somebody like Tyreek back is such an advantage. Somebody who already knows Mahomes, somebody who already knows Reed, and somebody who has that freak ability of getting under those long balls and making those crazy jumps and those crazy cuts. And yeah, he's coming off a gruesome injury, but I mean,
Yeah,
the
that's where I'm scared.
Yeah.
That
freak,
injury
the
is
freak
gruesome.
talent that guy
But-
has, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's the price tag you take it back? Because if he comes and signs a $10 million contract 1 year, I'm down. But if he wants $40 million, I'm
No.
not down.
No.
Like you know what I mean? So what's your price point on a Tyreek return to KC?
About 350.
I think I'd want to see what he can do with his leg a little bit.
Exactly.
You know,
That's what I'm saying. So what are you willing to pay to see that? I'm saying 10 mil 1 year contract. That's where I'm at.
I think there's going to be a whole lot of evaluation on that.
That's what
I mean,
we
there's-
paid Brown last year. So or this year.
If
yeah, I
he's
think there's
got-
going to be a whole lot of evaluation of let's see you sprint, let's see you cut. What do you got?
If he's
What
got
can you
90
do?
to 95% of what he was before, I'd pay 15.
I would agree. I don't expect him to be at 90% of
I
what he
don't
was
either.
before. I mean, but
But he was a freak,
75%,
so
75% of what Tyreek Hill was before is better than the majority of the receivers
then
across
he's
the entire
Julian
league.
Edelman.
All right. Is this true? Or is this somebody just like
He's already running a 4.5 in his last vid.
Is he really?
When was his last vid? Was it before he broke his leg?
Jason Elwell can you back this up? Is there he's
Yeah, from
running,
link.
watch the vid. Okay.
from what I'm I'm not gonna watch, dude. We're living in the time of AI, bro. I'm not gonna watch the vid. But I'm looking at it right now. It says Hill has been discharged and has been seen walking at the team facility, focusing on rehabilitation.
I
He
need
has
him to
not
walk.
yet reached the stage in his recovery timeline where he would be actively running at full speed. It does say actively running at full speed. So maybe he's running. I'm not sure. I don't know that. I don't know that I'm going to even trust any video. Like this is what I'm seeing in reports. I don't know that he's. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, you could be right. I'm not trying to call you out as wrong. But I'm just like, when you say watch the video, literally, I can make one of Buck saying, I love everything Raiders, and I'm the biggest Raiders fan ever. And it looks real. Like, you can literally just type it in and have it made. Because, like, there's so much video of him. So, yeah, I mean, I have to see an actual report from a beat reporter before I believe that.
Bob knows that he can do that with AI because he did that with a video that has me saying, you're right, Bob. And he completely has
I don't know
it.
what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I agree, Bob.
Yeah.
Hold on. I do
baby.
want to bring this up because some dude named Nard said Chiefs look worst, not worse, but worst than the
Oh,
Raiders.
don't
this
shame
season.
him with his bad grammar.
Oh, sorry.
Grammar
Sorry.
police
But
here.
He could
anyway,
be using talk to text.
dude, I just think it's funny. So I just wanted to bring you up and highlight you that Your take is terrible. We're not here to like just
Tom.
have really bad trash talk and all of that.
Tom,
but
Tom.
thank you very much for your comment.
Tom, we have to give him Tom. But we have to give him. Raiders looked better than the Chiefs this week. Way better than the Chiefs.
Look, man, it's not
But
like they don't
he
play
did
each
say
other
this season. So that's what makes him a tard. Like,
No, a nard.
Because if
A
he
nard.
would have, nard from Narnia.
Jesus,
but
now we're gonna get canceled.
If he was talking about this week, we could give him some credit because literally the Chiefs look like the worst team in the NFL today.
I'm sorry that we couldn't appease you with our third string, Bob.
Fourth.
Okay, we'll try harder next week. No, we won't. No, we will
But
not.
I mean, it still doesn't change the fact that we look like the worst team in the NFL now. But like,
Yeah, we are.
yeah,
So the Chiefs' fourth string is worse than the first string Raiders, which is actually
But
kind of a
I give
surprise
it to
me.
you. He said season, and that makes him a dippo. That makes him a. I mean, he just doesn't know ball, and he doesn't check stats.
Back to productive conversation instead of people just coming on and talking shit. Like I can do that anywheres. Who's one free agent like other than Brees Hall that you want to see the Chiefs go after? I don't know about Brees Hall, to be honest with you. I've gone back and forth on that a lot. I like him as a running back a lot, and he's obviously been on a bad team. I mean, he's getting I feel so bad for Ashton Genty because it's the same situation. I mean, those are two incredible running backs that have just ended up on terrible teams. But
I just don't know that he's an S running back, right? Like that's where I'm at. Like,
he is. I mean, he is.
You really
he is
think
S
Brees Hall's
tier.
S? Really?
Yes.
Do you think
that guy
Brees
is
Hall
S
on this
tier?
team?
That guy just
I mean,
has nothing around him.
I
Do you
just
think that
don't
Brees
know.
Hall on this team this year changes the record?
Possibly, I do. But
See,
I
like,
also
dude-
think that the offensive line was so piss poor this year that this wasn't the year to test it.
I think
So-
Achan would fit this offense so much better. Like just like with the catching the balls out of the backfield. Like, dude, if we could have Achan from Miami, like that would have been the pick that I want. I mean,
You're also, I mean, I don't think that's a bad choice either, but you're also discrediting a guy because of what's around him.
yeah, and I'll be honest, I don't know a ton about Brees Hall. Like that's like I've looked into it, but he doesn't look like an S to me, especially in the Andy Reid offense. Like,
Does Genty look like an S to you? Because there's never been a more S rookie than maybe
Dude,
Adrian
ask
Peterson.
Ask Buck. I even went on all chiefed up and was like, dude, I'm crazy. I would love the Chiefs to trade up and get Ashton Genty. And they're like, what are you
100%.
talking about? And
Well,
I was
then
like, dude, I'd love it.
You were
I would
judging
love
him
it.
off of what he was before,
In
yet you're not
college.
giving Brees Hall the same respect.
Yeah, okay,
You're just
but
judging
I
Brees
just
Hall off
said
of what
I
you've
don't
seen
know.
the Jets do.
Well, but I don't. Yeah, I just said I don't know as much about Brees Hall. I
Right.
definitely gave you that. He doesn't seem like he just doesn't seem like the receiving type of back that like an Achan would be. And I know Genty's not like big on that either, but he definitely has other like I just feel like Achan really would vibe with the Andy Reid offense. And I just don't know, and I just don't know enough about Brees Hall. Like
could.
he's
Look, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to harp on this for the rest of the season. Once Revenge of the Nerds comes and is our new offensive coordinator, and he brings Achan and Tyreek Hill with him.
Wow.
I mean, are you smelling what I'm stepping in here?
It's ripe. I'll tell you that.
I mean, dude, I like him too. I'd love him as the offensive coordinator.
I think his personality would fit in well with this team, honestly.
Dude,
He has
I
no
love
business
him.
being a head
I love
coach.
him walking around doing his little gangster dances, like, you know,
Vaping
during
on the Chiefs sideline.
warm-ups. And I'm just like, dude, that's me in Costco. When my wife is like, I'm walking away from you, I don't know you, and I'm just like, And like
He'll get
people are looking at
spanked
me
and
like I'm a
start
crazy
vaping.
person. And I'm like, yeah, if you're just mad, you're not as happy as me. Oh man, dude, yeah, I'd take Josh McDaniels SR, but I don't think he's gonna get fired. I think he's like done exactly enough to not get fired. Like, I think
That's too bad.
but I would definitely take that. The last thing that I want to address, and it's the most important.